Well, here it is, all made and ready for me to eat. Now let's have a taste. That is so good. That is the best raw burger I've ever had. It is absolutely divine. Okay, here's what I've bought today. So I've bought 13 kilos of bananas here. I then bought these little ugly bananas because they're ripe and I've got none ripe for today. I've got a stack of mangoes, so I'm pretty happy about that. I've got some tomatoes. Now I've got these gorgeous little cherry tomatoes. There's a whole range of different tomatoes here. They're going to be my snack this afternoon because I just find them so sweet and delicious. I've got some baby spinach here. I go through way more than that in a week. That's just for today. I like to only buy every second day. It wilts very quickly. I've got some mushrooms because in this video today I am making my burgers. I've got some iceberg lettuce because I like it. Zucchini, I live on zucchini. Cucumber. Some eggplant, which I love. I use eggplant for salad dressings. They just come in a bag. That's the way they come. Don't send me any messages about plastic bags. That's how they came. Spring onion, because I like it, or green onions, I think the Americans call it. Some capsicum. I think Americans call them peppers. I think they're what you call them. Gee, my American accent's dreadful. A couple of corn, because they're going to go in my burgers that I'm making. Some orange. Some coriander or cilantro. I live on this stuff. It's my favourite. Some Medjool Dates. I've got a pineapple because I'm thinking about making a pizza. I actually got that for free from the fruit and veg because I bought so much today. I've got some cos lettuce and I've also got my favourite Asian lettuce. I've got 3 packets of that. And I've got some more bananas there because they're a little bit riper than the ones in the box. So they're for next couple of days when they ripen up a bit more. So it's just making sure I've got enough bananas. I've got here also my sun-dried tomatoes, no added oil, fat-free. I'll soak them, they'll go in my burger. So that's pretty much what I've bought here. And I've got a little avocado here. This will be going in my burger. I also this time of year buy some frozen berries, so I bought about 8 packets of these and I get the organic ones, and they're to go on my watermelon drink. I didn't get any watermelon today, which I'll have to find some within the next 48 hours because I'm very short on them, and because I have watermelon most mornings. Hi fruit lovers, Jade here from the Hungry Vegan. Today I am going to make some onion rings, raw, and also this new burger patty I've come up with, which is absolutely divine. Now let me tell you, I have tried many a dehydrated burger before, and quite often they've got a bitter taste, and I've come to the recollection. Hi fruit lovers, Jade here from the Hungry Vegan. Today I'm going to make some onion rings and a burger, all raw of course. Now I've made quite a few different kinds of patties since becoming raw, and I must admit this is the tastiest I've ever made. I think it might be the nuts or the seeds that I've put into other ones that give it that bit of a bitter taste. It might be the fresh herbs, I don't know, but these were absolutely divine. I posted a picture of them just in their rawest of raw state on top of my Excalibur tray before they'd even gone in the dehydrator, asking who would like me to do a video on these, and so many people were like, yes, yes, yes. So here we go. I'm going to start with the onion rings first because it's the easiest. Now, all I've got here in this little container, I'll just move that out of the way. All I've got here in this little container is some marinara sauce. Now, I'll put the link in the description for my marinara sauce. I've already done a video on this prior. I have, however, blended in 2 red jalapenos. It might be too hot for some people. You don't have to put the jalapenos in there. You can just put 1 in, you can put half, you can do whatever you like. I put 2 in because I wanted to make a fiery red sauce to actually go in my burger. So, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So, all I simply did, here I've got some hemp seeds. Now, if you don't have hemp seeds, use sunflower seeds or whatever. I had hemp flower seeds, so that's why I'm using them. If you were doing sunflower seeds, I'd advise you to put them in a coffee grinder or something first to grind them up into a crumb. Hemp seeds come in a sort of crumb, sort of like. They turn out to look like this. You see that there? Yay, my little onion rings. And they were really tasty. I've tried one. Okay, so first things first, I dip this in here like this. It's very, very messy, so be prepared to get dirty. Then I just dip it in here like so, get the little crumbs and put it on my tray. I ended up putting these in the dehydrator for 12 to 14 hours. You can do longer or less time. I wanted them sort of a bit crispy, to be honest, like a real sort of an onion ring. At 105 degrees. I never go over 108 in my dehydrator. There's different talks, you know, your food's not live under 115, your food's not live under 110, blah, 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 your food's not live under this. I don't know. I can't keep up. So I just said, well, I'm not going to go over 110. So I generally, though, most times 105. It's just easier. The only time I do 110 is if I'm warming something, say putting something in my dehydrator for an hour or 2. Okay, so as you can see, these are really easy to make. You're just dipping them in, making a mess with your fingers. If you like getting your fingers dirty, it's not an issue. I don't mind getting my fingers dirty. I cook quite often. Cook or non-cook. I do cook quite often though, because I cook with clients and teach them how to make vegan food. And I know a lot of people are, oh, you know, but you're raw vegan. That's fine. I want to bring people to veganism. I am a vegan for the animals, but I eat raw for my health. So I will do what I have to do to bring people over. And I do believe there is a place for cooked eating in our world. Not everybody can eat raw food. When I say not everybody can, of course everybody can, but not everybody's got the mindset. It's a big change for people. So if we can bring people over to, you know, eating healthy plant-based diet, that's still great too. I mean, I'm such an advocate, and I will totally admit that eating raw is the healthiest way. I mean, there's no other way, but you know, if we can bit by bit over time just keep adding more raw food into our diet, even you're having 70-80%, you're doing great. You're doing great at 50%. Gee, I've met some women and men over the years in my I'm a life coach and a health coach and a weight loss coach. I do all those kind of coaching, either online or live. If you live in Adelaide, live online, we can do it through Skype. And I have met people whose idea of a bit of a vegetable would be a token bit of lettuce and tomato on a Big Mac. So, you know, if you're eating, you know, some form of, a lot of raw food, 50% plus, you're doing better than probably 60% of the world. Okay, So just like that, that is done. Now these will go into the dehydrator, as I said, for 12 to 14 hours at 105 degrees. Next up, I'm going to be making the burger. Just got to go and clean my messy hands and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so now we're going to make my burger. Now this is so simple to make, actually. I think sometimes we do think raw's harder than it is, and I mean in one sense it is. You can't make the burgers and eat them straight away like if you're eating a cooked food, because you cook it straight away. But if you prepare and organise yourself, you can make these beautiful meals. I only have dehydrated meals probably once, maybe twice a week, but generally only once a week. I prefer to have hydrated food. But in saying that, I still enjoy to have things like this, especially when I'm cooking for my family and I'm making them sort of, you know, yummy things, or a feast, so to speak. I like to make sure I've got something like this for me. So, what goes in it? Well, first of all, I've got some mushrooms. These are portobello mushrooms, but look, you can use any kind of mushrooms that you like. Now, I learned the other day that these, I called them feathers in another, feathers, the underneath of the mushroom. There, I called them feathers. I kind of got it right. They're called gills. So if anyone now has been calling them feathers since I called them feathers, I was wrong. They're gills. Okay, so I have 6 portobello mushrooms. They weren't big ones. They're about that size there. So they weren't big at all. Probably, you know, 2 50-cent pieces. So we're going to shove them in my food processor. Like that. If you can hear crying, that's my dog. I lock the dogs outside. My dogs are very spoiled. They're generally in the house, and you know, heaven forbid they have to go outside when the sun's shining. You know, oh, to be a dog. Alright, so I've got the mushrooms there. Then I've got a cup of sun-dried tomatoes there, and you may have seen the packet they come from in my haul, which I put at the start of the book, the video. They're just like that, but they're all soggy now because I had them soaking overnight. So 1 cup of them, they go in like that. Now I've got some Medjool Dates. Oh my gosh, this is nature's caramel. Ensure though, if you're eating dates, to have plenty of water or eat them with something else, because they are extremely high concentrate in sugar and next to no water. But there we go, the Medjool Dates. Make sure you pit them. We don't want any pits going in, and you know, sometimes we can forget. I've only ever done that once. Wrecked a whole smoothie. Okay, so we put the dates in. I've got a whole capsicum, a pepper. I dice things first before they go in here, only just to make it easy to blend. Now I've got 2 corns on the cob. Yeah, this is what else is going in here. So I've got 2 corns on the cob. I've hulled them already, so I've taken them off the actual cob. 3 carrots grated, depending on your size, and 1 huge zucchini. They were really, really big. Got them from the market earlier today. Now I'm hoping, oh gosh, these are a lot more than I put in the other day. Which is good because I love these. Really, really love these. Oh my god. These are like huge. Huge. I don't even know if this is going to blend. Oh, I might have too much stuff in here. Wow, wow. Also got avocado and a lemon that'll be going in, but I'm going to have to just process this first. Put the lid on. Alright. Okay, so I've got it down to a bit of a mushy sort of a paste. So now I'm going to squeeze in my lemon. So I've got a whole lemon here. So we're just putting in the juice. Some people say, oh, I usually see you put in a whole lemon. I do, but not for this. This is just more just to give it that nice taste, rather than having the whole pith and the flesh in here, just the juice. This will help this blend through as well, which is awesome. Awesome. Okay, and then I've got a whole half an avocado. Okay, so we put in half an avocado. Has anyone seen that stupid YouTube video? Oh, my daughter was so addicted to it. Like, seriously, she drove me mad. She's going, all the avocados. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, I think the lady got a lot of views for it. So it served its purpose for her. That's for sure. Okay, so we put in the half an avocado. You could put in a whole. I'm putting in a half because I'm having sour cream with this as well. And we're having the onion rings with the hemp seeds on it. So a lot of fat happening there. So half an avocado is fine. Now here I've got some spices. Okay, so I've got a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, hashtag put that shit on everything, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon of chili. Now, with the chili, always optional. Any spice is always optional. I mean, you could put whatever you wanted in here. Italian herbs, whatever. I'm tending not to go for fresh herbs at the moment because I've got a funny feeling that they're dehydrated and what's causing the bitterness. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I might be crazy. But this just may be the burgers we're looking for. Alright, so let's see if it does it for me. Come on, baby. Okay, I'm back. Alright, here we have it. My mixture. Now I'm going to try and put this up close to camera just so you can see what it looks like. It's still a bit chunky. This is why I prefer to do it in the food processor over a blender. If you do it in a blender, this will just turn into a pureed soup. Whereas in the processor, it's still that chunkiness, so you get that texture when you chew into it. Pardon me. And for me, texture is everything. I like it to feel a bit chunky, so I actually feel like I'm getting that burger sensation. Okay, so here it is, the mixture. You know, look in there. See how it's still that bit chunky? It's not like a puree, messy soup. So here I have an egg ring. People often say to me, what's an egg ring? That. Use a cookie cutter, use a circle, use whatever you've got. Don't use one, just put them on in blobs. It's up to you. Gosh. Why do I have egg rings as a vegan? I've had them in my drawer for years. I think they were my mother's, and they were in there. I can remember them being in my mother's drawer from birth. So anyway, that's what I use them for, so I like them. So here we go. Just flatten it out, and you're making little patties. I'm hoping to make 8, might be 6. This is the thing with raw food recipes. It's the luck of the draw sometimes what you get, because sometimes you might use 2 carrots and they're small, other times they're big, whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, as long as we make them, but I do like 8 because then it's 2 dinners. Okay, beautiful. Oh, that's a good thing about raw batter. You can eat it. Oh, it tastes so good. You could make this into a sauce. Use it as a sauce if you wanted to. Make a lasagna with this. Do what you want. I mean, this is the thing. People really overthink raw eating so much. And I know I've been guilty of it in the past. And it stopped me from going raw because you think, oh, I don't know. How am I meant to eat? What am I meant to eat? How can I handle this? Blah, 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 blah. But the point of the matter is, anything you put together, within reason, don't go putting watermelon in here, but anything pretty much that you put together, when it's raw, it just tastes good. And it truly does. And I'm not saying that because it's my own food, and I'm not saying that because I'm on this YouTube channel. I'm saying it because raw food
tastes good. Once you've cleaned your palate out, once you no longer got the fat and the salt and all that stuff that you crave on there and all the gunks off, once your taste buds start to replenish and you can actually taste the actual taste of real food, that's right, plant food, this is when things taste divine. Because I know friends and family who aren't raw, they might try a few different things and think, you know, and that's why people like that real gourmet raw with all the coconut oil and stuff, because they like the fat. But we're not about fat. We're high carb vegans here, and we're about health, nutrition, we're about thriving, we're about vibrancy, we're about loving our life. And I think with live high carb food, oh guys, I think I'm going to make it. This is where we do thrive. But if you can make food like this as well, I mean, I love salads, I love fruit, don't get me wrong, but occasionally I like to have food like this. This is great if you're going on, you know, with friends and family and they're going to be eating cooked food, so you're not feeling left out and tempted or anything. You just sit there with your raw patties and you're like, I'm loving life, I'm feeling good, I've got patties, and my life is fantastic. That's what this is about, making raw work for you. That's what we have to do, is make it work for us and make it enjoyable. There's no rules. It's just about you understanding your own body, knowing what works for you, and loving your life. Oh, guys, I am so happy. All right, so that made 9. That made 9 patties. Here they are. Look. They will go in the dehydrator. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to quickly dress this burger. Now I've got some sour cream and I've made that with 2 tablespoons of hemp seed, juice of 1 lemon, half a zucchini, some onion powder, and 1 spring onion, 1 green onion. So all I simply do is get this. I've got my sauce, which is that hot sauce, same sauce I use for the, what's it called? The onion rings. So we put that on like that. We put the patty on and the 2 onion rings. You can put 3, whatever. Put some cucumber ribbons. That's a cucumber ribbon. Put that on like that. Put some carrot on. Here. Put some alfalfa. Ooh. Put some sour cream on. So there's my sour cream. Like that. Put a lid on it. Like that. And there you have it. Now, you cook the patties in the dehydrator for 8 hours on each side at 105 degrees. For those asking, I have got an Excalibur. I've got a 9-tray Excalibur, but you can have any dehydrator you want. Don't go into panic mode there. And there you have it. The burger of burgers. Love it.